celebrate the 40th anniversary of Transformers, we at TRDQ are teaming up with absolutely nobody to go and see the Transformers G1 episodes at my local town hall, which is happening for some reason. Now usually I wouldn't have bothered my arse coming to something like this, but it was happening at the town hall and I thought, that's weird, I wonder what that's going to be like. Is anyone else going to turn up? And I looked at the tickets being sold and I don't think they are. I think I might be on my own. Apparently there's some sort of script reading with Peter Cullen and Frank Welker and a few other folks, so that could be fun. Maybe, could be fun. It might be fun. It's not going to be fun, is it? I mean, worst comes to worst, I can always go and get a pint, you know? Always support your local brewery, folks. Yep, I am the only person who turned up for this so far. The show starts in 5 minutes, so... But it's nice, isn't it? Look at that. Well, look. Nothing quite like a private screening, is there? So, we'll watch that first episode, and then we'll see how we feel with the rest of it. But, suppose I'd better find my seat. Where am I? Better take my allotted seat, eh? I think it's this one. And we're ready. Okay, I'm out. That was weird, interesting, definitely a little bit awkward. The preview for season 2 of Earthspark was cool. Got to see some more Skullcruncher, which I'm always happy about. And yeah, it looked good. The show itself, watched the first episode of the G1 show that had all the voice actors and stuff returning and a few new ones. And it was good. It was weird to see something that you've seen so many times and hear the delivery being different, and hear the sort of the tone of it being different, and different actors and stuff. That was cool. But the second and third and fourth episodes would not have that, so fuck that, I'm away. It's starting to rain, so I'm going to head up the road. You might be thinking, well, that's all well and good, Gavin, but I've never seen the G1 cartoon. I don't know what the first episode's like, but I also can't be bothered watching the whole thing online. Well, why don't you stick around? At the end of this video, we're going to be showing the first episode of G1DQ, and then we'll be linking to the second episode, which is also free on our Patreon at patreon.com/TRDQ, and you can check it out there. And if you like it, you can watch the rest by becoming a patron. I think there's another like 9 episodes. They go up every Friday. So yeah, check it out. Overall, I'm glad that I went. It was a unique, interesting, awkward experience for a £5. You can't say fairer than that. So, here's to the next 40 years, I suppose. Fucking hell. Hiya. I tell you what, the planet Cybertron was in a sorry state a few million years ago. 2 warring factions of robots, heroic Autobots and bad bastard Decepticons have caused so much bother that the entire planet has almost run out of energy. The Autobots are on the back foot and have to scavenge what they can, and you know who isn't happy about that? The Decepticons. On the motorway back to their home of Iacon, Wheeljack and Bumblebee are attacked by a variety of enemy soldiers with inconsistent voice acting. Bumblebee takes a hit and manages to take refuge in Wheeljack's arse as the two escape. God, I love the G1 aesthetic, especially the Cybertronian designs. Entering Iacon, we see the two are being observed by Soundwave, who is disguised as a lamppost. Despite this, they still manage to be cool as fuck, which is a testament to the character. Soundwave sends Laserbeak to spy on the Autobots' conversation, learning that Autobot leader Optimus Prime is ready to launch a ship into space in search of energy. Soundwave relays this to his boss and best pal, Megatron, who says they have a ship of their own and it's ready to launch. Before they leave for space, Megatron leaves Shockwave to look after the planet, so no parties. Starscream steps in, saying that his time to lead the Decepticons will come, and I love this part where Megatron tells him it'll never happen, and Starscream looks at the screen like, can you believe this guy? The Autobots are ready to launch, but so are the Decepticons from their hidden launch pad around 200 metres away. In their much cooler ship's bridge, Megatron orders that the ship follow the Autobots. As if things weren't exciting enough, as soon as they leave Cybertron, 2 huge asteroids crash together right in the path of both ships. It seems unlikely, but alright. A huge meteor shower makes things difficult until the Autobots use their laser gun to carve a path that both ships can follow. It's then the Decepticons deploy their tractor beam and the iconic boarding chute. I tell you, the Autobots put up a much better fight here than they did when boarded in the Transformers the movie. I suppose there's a lot more of them here. But in the fight that ensues, both ships are sent careening towards an unknown planet, splitting off from each other, the Autobot ship crashing into a mountainside. And we're treated to this time lapse, showing 4 million years passing. That mountain is a volcano! Maybe? Well, it erupts anyway, causing the ship's computer to kick back into gear. I had to do something similar with my old Packard Bell. The ship sends out a drone to scan vehicles on the planet and use the Autobots' Wi-Fi to repair Skywarp, who in turn brings Megatron back online, and the rest of the Decepticons too. They leave the deactivated Autobots to stew in their own juices, but Starscream just can't let things lie, can he? He leaves with a parting shot, knocking down a ton of rubble onto the ship, bouncing Optimus Prime onto the repair beam, leading to probably my favourite moment in the entire series.
Prepare! Thanks.
The Decepticons decided to make their new home base some old rocks, and Megatron sends Starscream to look for energy, and sends Rumble with him, and I hope this clears things up. They find an unmanned power station and start causing all kinds of unnecessary trouble. The Autobots send Hound and Cliffjumper to search for the Decepticons and see what they're up to. They're told just to spy on the swines, but Cliffjumper can't help but take a pot shot at Megatron, saying,
"I've got Megatron dead center in my viewfinder."
"No, you didn't." Megatron goes wild and orders Laserbeak to chase the two Autobots. They split up, but Laserbeak sends one of his lasers after Cliffjumper, and even as a kid, I didn't like this. It's like, oh, you can just do anything, I suppose. Okay. Anyway, Hound gets shot off a cliff, and it's amazing. Meanwhile, Thundercracker and Reflector notice a van rumbling across the barren wastes, with Reflector changing to his camera mode and printing out a picture of what they see. Unreal. They report this back to Megatron, who for some reason orders Ravage to go after the van and not, Thundercracker and Reflector. But Ravage attacks the van, occupied by two construction workers who were sent to investigate what happened to the power station. This whole scene kind of shows that Ravage is about as useful as a peanut in a thunderstorm. We get a nice roll call of various Autobots and their transformations, and they're off to find the Decepticons. The Decepticons learn of an offshore oil rig and attempt to steal its energy. We see Soundwave create the empty Energon cubes from their chest, and it's always cool. But the Autobots fly into the rescue because they can do that, and a giant fight ensues. Megatron turns into his gun mode and proceeds to miss every single shot that he takes. I always love a face-to-face confrontation like this, but before it can be resolved, the Decepticons bugger off with their Energon cubes, but not before blasting the platform's supports, sending it all into the water. Igniting the oil, Megatron causes a health and safety hazard that Optimus is keen to set right. As he tries to help two trapped humans, we're left to wonder, is this the end of the Autobots? Bye.